Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV. We're going to talk about the fourth bid. That's now been rejected for Marc. But obviously, before we get into the show, if you do like what you see, please do smash the like. It does help the channel to search. Also, if you are brand new to the channel, come and smash the subscribe. Come and join this great community we got here. Also, hit the bell notification. That tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. If you want to become a member, it's 99p. You can do that clicking the join button. And if you want to make a donation, do that in the chat, clicking on the dollar sign and using the super chat function, all money reinvested back in the channel. So, right, now this has been a transfer that has dominated and dominated and dominated, hasn't it? And there's the guy in question. It is Marc. So, what do we know? Well, the fourth bid we've put in, which we put in 65 million. Plus supposedly plus 5 million in add-ons, which would have took it up to 70 million, has been rejected by Palace. Look, it's not great, this, is it? It really isn't great. Don't know what Palace's game are. I don't know what they're trying to achieve out of this. You know, and look, Palace. Well, we thought they were looking for around, 65 million pounds. Now, as he says, Parish, that's who we're on about. As Parish said the other day, if you want to buy a superstar player, you pay superstar money. Well, 65 million pound is certainly superstar money. Let's be honest. And look, they don't want to take the deal. So, it's no deal at the end of the day. They're now wanting 70 million. This is just getting stupid now. And the thing is, this is where Palace are now going to price themselves out of a move for Guehi. Because what they're going to do now is, he'll not go in this window. He may not go in January. So then, come next season, he will have 12 months left on his contract. Then in January 2026, he can talk to clubs abroad to have a pre-contract agreement, which could mean by the summer of 2026, he could be away from Palace on a free transfer, when they could have had excellent money from us. The money was there for them. And it's Parish who's deciding he does not want to accept. Now, it may be all right that he's complimentary towards us, saying he respects us. But come on. We have offered money, a good money for this player, and yet you still turned it down. Now, is it time Newcastle walked away? I say yes. I think now's the time to say, right, okay, we've had 4 bids. You've knocked every single one of them back. We're now not interested. We walk away. Okay. Does this unsettle the player? Who knows? He could feel unsettled behind the scenes. He might be wanting this move. But he might be too nice of a player to go to Parish and say, I want a transfer request now. His agent might not be happy with this, because his agent might be thinking he wants the move as well. So look, at the end of the day, if Palace are not going to accept, we've got 2 weeks left today of the window. 2 weeks today. So in 2 weeks' time, this window shuts. We haven't got time to mess about now. And it's no good messing about trying to get Marc in if it can't happen, if we can't get this guy in. We know Anthony Gordon likes him. He highly rates him. Is he worth 70 million pound? No, he's not. Is he worth 65 million? Maybe it could be a tad high. But look, we have gone in and offered, but they don't want to deal with us. So is it the fact Palace don't want to deal with us at all, and they're just making it as hard as possible? If we went back and said, oh, there's 70 million, would they then move the goalposts again and say, actually, we now want 75 million? Can't afford to be messed around like this. So I think Newcastle United now need to move on and say to Steve Parish, okay, well, withdraw our interest. We're not interested no more. There's no more bids coming in from us. Thank you very much. And off we go. That'll leave a player on Palace's hands. He may feel unsettled, as I say, behind the scenes, but nobody knows. Get your comments and what do you think? Do you think we should walk away, or do you think we should stick this out and try and get him? Remember, we've got 14 days left of this window. And, we need that eventual Share replacement because Share is not getting any younger. Now, what I'm going to do now is we're going to look at potential alternatives to Marc Guehi. So let's look at the potentials that we have been linked with in the past and see if any of these would be a good fit. Okay, so the first one I'm going to start with is this guy here. There he is. That's Antonio Silva. Now, Antonio Silva plays for Benfica. A 20-year-old Portuguese right-sided centre-back. He made two appearances in the Euros and started one game. Last season, when he played in the Liga Portugal, he started 29 out of 30 games. He got 2 goals, no assists because obviously he's a defender. He was involved in a team that kept 11 clean sheets. Ball recoveries per game is 6. Clearances per game is 3. He did commit 1 penalty, but he didn't have any errors that led to a shot or a goal. And he had 6 yellow cards all season as well. And his strengths are ground duels and long balls. So he's a bit like Fabian Schär. He can pick out a long pass. Look, Antonio Silva is rated around probably 40 to 50 million pound bracket. That's a much cheaper alternative than Marc Guehi, let's be honest. And at 20 years of age, this lad can be at Newcastle for a long, long time, Yes, okay, he might be coming from a different league altogether to come to the Premier League. But again, it's a good shout, this one. I like this guy. I think he's a good defender. He's got a lot of potential. Nowhere near his peak as yet. So if you want somebody for about 40 to 50 million, you could get him in, and you could even get a decent right winger as well. Considering when you think how much money we're willing to pay for Marc Guehi, go all out now, and you could go out and go and get this guy and bring him in. So that's an alternative. What's people's thoughts on Antonio Silva? Would you take him, or would you say, you're not sure of him? Just let me know your thoughts in the comments. So, right, now let's look at another player. And he plays for Sporting Lisbon. Again, we're in Portugal. We're staying in Portugal for the time being. And this player is Goncalo Henrique. Now, we know he's a left-footed centre-back. And people, before you jump on saying, oh, but we don't want a left-footed centre-back. Yes, we know we do. We've got plenty left-footed centre-backs. But this lad can play right across the back four, anywhere across the back line. He can play left-back, centre-back, and right-back. So he's got it all. Ground duels are his strengths, and he's got no weaknesses. So if we take a look at his stats from last season, in the Portuguese league, he started 28 out of 32 games, got 1 goal, no assists, but again, he's a defender. He was involved in a team that kept 13 clean sheets also. He had 1 error that led to a shot, none that led to a goal, and he didn't give any penalties away. His ball recoveries are slightly less than Antonio Silva at 4.7 per game. And his clearances are a little bit lower than Antonio Silva at 1.9. He did get 6 yellow cards during the season, and he also received a second yellow, which led to a red card. And he also had 1 red card as well. So, look, again, another very good defender. He has a release clause of around £52 million, I'm led to believe, because Liverpool tried to low ball, I think, back in January, and they were told what the price was. So, look, another one. Yes, we know, like I say, he's a left-footed centre-back. But again, could it be somebody that we could look at and think, yeah, maybe? Again, let me know your thoughts in the chat on Goncalo Henrique. I think he's a very good defender, in all honesty. And he would definitely be an improvement to our backline as well. So get your thoughts in and let us know what you think about that one as well. Right. So as I said, we're staying with Sporting Lisbon. And the next player, another player that's been on our radar before as well. And the one that I would like to see in Newcastle is this guy here. And that's Usman Dami. He's got a contract until 2027 in the Ivorian. So he plays the Ivory Coast or the Cote d'Ivoire. And we'll go through last season's stats with him. He's 20 years of age. Now, there was reports he had a release clause of about 70 million. I think it's around about 60 million quid, I think. Maybe 70 million euros, but 60 million quid. Now, this is a guy that you would say it's 60 million quid would be ideal. 20 years of age, like Antonio Silva. So, young centre-back who will develop and grow. And again, would be part of the structure for a young backline for the next 10 years at Newcastle United. He has no outstanding weaknesses. He can play right back as well and centre back, so he's quite versatile. Ground duels are his strengths. 25 out of 26 games he played last season. He started 25 out of the 26 he played. He scored 2 goals and got 1 assist as well. Both goals were with his head. But the defending, he was involved with a team that kept 7 clean sheets because he didn't play as many as Inacio. He had 1 error that led to a shot, none that led to a goal, and he didn't give any penalties away. His ball recoveries are 5.1 per game, and his clearances are 1.4 per game. So, again, a little bit of work there on him, but look, cracking defender overall. Last year, he received 5 yellow cards. He had a second yellow card, which led to a red, and he also received a red card as well. So, look, again, Usman Dami, another cracking centre-back who I think could do really well for us. He joined Sporting back in 2023 for 7.5 million euros from FC Midtjylland. I don't know how you pronounce their name anyway. Midtjylland from Denmark. So look, they got an absolute steal there. And if you remember, we say Minty from Denmark, didn't we? So, so there's some good players going over to Denmark. Again, another good player. Get your thoughts in. What do you think about Dami? Would you have him instead of Marc? So far, we've looked at 3 players there. Now let's look at another player. A player who cost you a lot cheaper. Now, this guy, there he is. And his name is Logan Costa. He plays for Toulouse. His national team is Cape Verde. He's 23 years of age. He's a right-footed centre-back. Ground duels are his strengths. He's got no outstanding weaknesses. And look, another good young centre-back. Now, there was talk he was going to Bologna, but there was some media sources saying that move was now off. He's rated around about 15 million quid. Now, this is a no-brainer. Now, you could get, say, someone like, say, Antonio Silva in for 50 million. Get him for 15 million. There's 65 million pounds. You've got 2 centre-backs. So if one gets injured, you've got another one to come straight in. Look, this would be a terrific signing, I think. Again, he's young, he's 23. And, it'd be great for backup. He could learn a lot from Cher as well. He started 29 out of 31 games last season. He got 1 goal and 1 assist. And he's defending. He was part of a team that kept 5 clean sheets. So they were obviously a poor team, weren't they, to be fair. His ball recoveries per game is 5.1. So that's the same as Dami. His clearances are a little bit better than Dami. They're 3.8. He had one error that led to a shot, none that led to a goal, and he didn't give any penalties away. He had 6 yellow cards all season, but no red cards and no second yellows. He made his debut for Cape Verde in March 22 and has played 19 games and not scored for his country. I mean, Toulouse signed him from Stade Reims B team in August 2021 for a fee which is unknown, so we don't know how much they paid for him. During that time he was at Stade Reims. He had one loan spell at Le Mans. So again, a young centre back. If you could get him, if you could get, say, an Antonio Silva and a Logan Costa together, say for 65, 70 million quid, you got 2 defenders for the price of 1 there. Again, what's your thoughts on this one, Logan Costa? You know, what do you make of him? Would you take him if that was the one we had to go for? Or would you take any of the Portuguese or the Ivorian and Diamonde? So, you know, get your thoughts in the chat. Have your say. Who you think. Leave your comments there as well. Who you think you would like to see. And more importantly, should we move on from Marc Guehi? Should we really be moving on? I 100% say I think so now. I think we should just turn around to Steve Parish and say, look, you've messed us about far too much. We're walking away. Okay, you might leave a player there. You might be unsettled. But that's got nothing to do with us. That's down to his club not letting him go. And this might be the only time they receive a big offer for him, because I don't see any other clubs. Yes, I know they've got the 20% sell-on clause to Chelsea, but I don't see any other clubs. I don't see a Man United. I don't see a Liverpool. I don't see an Arsenal, you know, or even a Chelsea coming in for him. I don't see any of those teams going in for him. No clubs from abroad coming in for him. So, look, obviously, at the end of the day, Parish is refusing to sell. And if he does want to sell, it's fair enough. The guy's still got 2 years on his contract. But Palace are playing a very dangerous game, let's be honest. It's a very dangerous game because you could end up losing this player for nothing. And then you know, because this is helping their FFP as well. But if they don't sell him, they're going to lose out on this player. Even by next summer, he wouldn't even get half the money for him that he's asking now. So, you know, I think they're being very, very foolish. And our owners mean business. And look, we'll just have to trust the process. I see people on Twitter twitching. Oh, Paul Mitchell, I thought he was this great sporting director. What's he doing? Give the guy a chance. We're trying to get the players in. We're trying to get Guehi in. We don't know if we're looking at what right wingers we're looking at. We could be looking at any. We need a right winger. We desperately need an upgraded right winger. That's for sure. And we need the right-sided centre-back because we know Cher's not getting any younger and Lascelles is out injured for the season, basically. So, look, we need a right-sided centre-back. And as I say, I hope the club do walk away from Marc Guehi. And look, I feel sorry for the lad because the lad's had to go through all this. And then he was put in front of the cameras. Now, people are saying, was he forced in front of the cameras? Well, the thing is, because their game's televised on Sky, it's like international. Sky can sit down with one of the players and speak to them in that. And obviously, Guehi was the one who was thrown in front of the cameras with Gary Cotterill. Even the lad said, I'm not a superstar. Even admitted he's not a superstar. But, you know, you blame your chairman at the end of the day. He needs to blame his chairman for this carry-on because it's an absolute shambles. It's a shit show. We've put 4 bids in. Now, look, when you bid for a player, you always go in low balling anyway. You're never going for the full. And all our fans who are criticising our owners for this, just stop it, please, because when Man United put in a £35 million bid for Jared Branthwaite from Everton, did you see their fans criticise? No, you didn't. Okay, they might have said, why have we gone in so low? But they didn't criticise, because that's how transfers work. You go in with a low bid first, you low ball because you're testing the water, and then you start increasing your bid. It's like if you go and buy your car, you don't go and say, I'll give you the asking price. You want to have a good look at the car and you want to make sure it's right, and then you want to say, oh, well, I'll tell you what, I've got this amount of money, I'll give you that. And if they go, oh, well, I can't accept that, oh, well, can you accept this amount? And you'll get to an amount that you'll agree with. Same as buying a house. You'd never pay the asking price. You always try and low ball. And it's the same with transfers. You're going in low balling. So look, let's keep the faith. There's 2 weeks left of the window. Plenty time. But, you know, it looks like shares fit tomorrow. But look, plenty time to get a centre-back in. Plenty time to get a right-winger in. I know people are stressing about it. And I know that on social media, on Twitter and that, it's gone into overdrive. And, you know, look, don't criticise the owners. You know, some people are saying, should we really be paying 65 million for Marc? But remember, this lad's an England national. He had a good Euros. So Palace are bound to bump up the price on that. Just keep the faith. Signings will come. Just takes time and patience. That's the key. Patience. Just be patient. We've seen it in the past. The owners get these deals done and get them over the line. This is not our former owner. Would you see our former owner splashing out 65 million on an England centre-half? Not a chance. So for people to say that even it seems to be like back to the days when he was in charge, well, it's bloody well not. There is no way it is like when he was in charge. These owners are completely different. But these owners will not be shoved over. These owners will not be pushed about. You know, whatever Palace want, they aren't going to get it. If they want 75 million for him, they're not going to get that from him. Not a chance. Might get 75 million at the time when Liverpool signed Van Dijk from Southampton because he was a quality international centre-half. But Marc has got a long way to go. Look, yes, he's a decent centre-half. He's had a good Euros, and that's why the price is high. And it always is on British players. But we will not be shafted. So, Crystal Palace, you have been warned. Maybe we take a step back. Maybe Palace might think about it and think, well, hang on a minute. Why are we turning this down? We shouldn't be. It's silly money to turn down. I understand they don't want to lose the player. But anyway, that's my rant over. And I'll be back tomorrow with a pre-match at 1:30. I was going to do an Eddie Howe press conference reaction, but because of this breaking news story that came out tonight, I'd rather have done this instead. But look, I'll be back at 1:30 with a pre-match tomorrow, so do join me for that. But remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. So keep the faith, guys. Keep the faith and trust the process. Also, if you have enjoyed this show, then please smash the like if you haven't done so already. That really does help the channel. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come and smash the subscribe, be part of this great community. And also hit the bell notification to keep you up to date with any live shows or pre-records or upcoming shows as well. So yeah, so keep the faith, everybody, and I will see you all later. Enjoy your evening, whatever you're doing. Until then, ta-ta for now. Away the lads and lasses.